Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Johnny and Chanel relocate their wedding to Paulina's surprise hospital stay. According to teasers for Days of Our Lives, Paulina Price's surgery schedule interfered with Johnny DiMera and Chanel Dupree's plans to wed on Valentine's Day at St. Luke's. Paulina's cancer may be more aggressive than her physicians initially believed, as seen by the growing nodule. Paulina's operation was moved forward as a result, which is fortunate for her since it would provide her peace of mind sooner. Sadly, Paulina had a bad break because the only available surgical slot coincided with Chanel and Johnny's wedding. Paulina believes Johnny and Chanel will work things out after her treatment because they informed her that they would postpone their wedding. Days teasers, however, indicate that Chanel will carry out Johnny's covert scheme and surprise Paulina in place of him. When Valentine's Day comes around in Salem, Paulina will have to deal with her remorse over the cancelled wedding and wish she hadn't prevented Chanel from being married to Johnny again. Days teasers indicate that shortly after, Chanel and Johnny will surprise Paulina with a dramatic wedding alteration that brings the ceremony right to her. Regardless of whether the promise exchange takes place in the hospital chapel or at Paulina's bedside, it appears that she will be privy to it all. Fans of DOL are aware that Chanel and Johnny have already tied the knot once, in Italy, so this is not their first time. Days spoilers indicate that Johnny and Chanel won't mind a modest, private celebration at the hospital because they're not fussed about all the fancy elements of a second wedding and have already decided to keep it simple. The most important thing to Chanel is that her mother sees her tie the marriage, therefore Johnny will work to fulfill Paulina and his bride's wish. Even if it won't be the most extravagant celebration Salem has ever seen, a lot of love will go into it. According to teasers for Days of Our Lives, if everything goes according to plan, Johnny and Chanel will tie the knot. Stay tuned for more details on the wedding celebrations. Story time, shocking discovery, and crossing lines. The Friday, February 9, 2024, spoilers for Days of Our Lives show some dramatic occurrences in the small town before the weekend begins. It's time for some delightful Salemites to share a story as two people step over the line and another makes an unexpected revelation. But might something turn into a catastrophic fire? What's planned for this Friday's show? It's time to get started. Days teasers for Friday, February 9th suggest that Xander Cook and Sarah Horton, two roomies, will continue to grow more adamant about their sexual relationship. Might these two parents choose to forego caution and give in to their desires? If they strike the sheets and cross a line, what will happen? It will be up to the fans to find out. Trip Johnson and Wendy Shin will set the record straight in other couple news. Does Trip's mother Ava Vitali's persistent nagging have anything to do with this? In a different part of town, DOL spoilers for Friday, February 9th indicate that Kate Roberts will find something startling. It appears that this discovery has something to do with Lucas Horton. Will she come upon him battered, or worse, will he have disappeared entirely? Teresa Donovan and Alex Kyriakis will have an open discussion about the highs and lows of addiction, according to new teasers. It sounds like there will be a fruitful discussion between these two over something that really bothers Teresa. Will this help them get closer? Finally, there is a suggestion in the Days spoilers for this Friday's episode that Julie Williams will narrate a story to Thomas and Charlotte DiMera. It's difficult to ignore the possibility that the fire that was first highlighted in the Days of Days preview film could coincide with the new teasers for Monday, February 12th, which indicate that the Horton house will catch fire. Will Thomas and Charlotte be alright? Is Clyde Weston the one behind this? Adorability, snooping, and catastrophe. View the pictures for Days on Friday, February 9th. Drama is hinted at in spoilers. You won't want to miss this episode, I promise. As Julie tells Thomas and Charlotte a story, it appears that pleasant times are in store at the Horton residence. Since the death of their mother, these two have experienced a great deal. They broke up even though they became attached to Chad's new girlfriend. Julie is as supportive of Chad as he is of her, despite the fact that Chad has also experienced a lot. Alex is also lending support. After spending the night together, he and Teresa discuss addiction. As their romance picks up steam, Teresa discovers something unexpected. Is that an engagement ring? Will she bring it up with Alex? Is she prepared for this major change? At one point at their AA meeting, she appeared to be complaining about something with Brady. Although Kate adores her kid, you can be sure that she will not be happy when she discovers Luke is hidden. Does Harris happen to overhear the mother and son conversing at the pub, or does she give him a call? Following their altercation at Statesville, Harris gained a formidable adversary in Clyde, and it appears that Harris is now shot. Take a look at it in the gallery below. John's disclosure, Harris challenging Clyde, note-by-note comparison, and Sloane's offering. Days in Our Lives Thursday, February 8. Spoilers suggest that John Black will admit to Steve Johnson that he had a meeting with Constantine Meliones. Harris Michaels will pay a visit to Stateville's Clyde Weston. Teresa Donovan and Brady Black will exchange their notes from Tate Black. Sloane Peterson desires some time spent alone with her spouse. What proposal does Stephanie Johnson give to Everett Lynch? Days in Our Lives. According to spoilers, John will confide in Steve rather than Marlena Evans. Sadly, Marlena might be John's only hope because Steve is far more knowledgeable about the circumstances than he is letting on. As John has Marlena, she has always been his rock and has supported him through some unimaginable situations. Steve feels that by keeping quiet and not disclosing what he knows, he is defending John. Is Steve defending himself or John? What is John's history as the pawn known to Steve? What transpired in the hometown of Constantine? Is Steve ever going to be honest with John about his past? Will Steve's silence ever be forgiven by John? Harris is going to return to Statesville in order to face Clyde. Harris is committed to stopping Clyde since he knows that he is the mastermind behind this drug operation. Regretfully, with the passing of the drug dealer, the link between Clyde and the drug network vanished. Can Harris make Clyde make a mistake? This time, what type of threats will Clyde make? Tate is going to send a note to Brady and Teresa. But his parents are both quite concerned about him. Teresa and Brady will compare notes to make sure they get the entire narrative. By comparing their correspondence with Tate, can Brady and Teresa determine whether he is truly okay? Will Brady and Teresa realize something is wrong with Tate? Johnson, Stephanie contains an idea for Everett Lynch. Now that Everett has arrived in Salem and intends to stay, Stephanie and him have reconciled. Stephanie is unaware, nevertheless, that Everett is Bobby, the ex-husband of Jada Hunter, Elia Cantu. Will Stephanie recommend that they share an apartment? Is Stephanie ready to tell the world that they are reuniting? All Sloane wants is some alone time with Eric Brady, but it appears like everything is working against her wishes. Now that Sloane has taken Nicole Walker's child from her, will her faults finally catch up with her? Will Sloane's life ever stabilize again, or will it keep getting worse until she finds a solution? Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't miss any updates.